What if there were beings so powerful, so mysterious, that their very presence echoed through the heavens? Celestial figures whose roles and identities are hidden in ancient scripture, shrouded in mystery and awe. Today we journey beyond the veil into the heart of the unknown, where Seraphim, Cherubim, and other divine beings dwell. Welcome to Stories of Grace. On number 1, we start with the Seraphim, a fiery celestial beings described in Isaiah, stand in God's presence with 6 wings ablaze, chanting, "Holy, holy, holy is the Lord Almighty." Their voices shake the heavens, yet their full purpose remains a mystery. Why do these majestic figures only appear during moments of divine revelation? Their eternal devotion, seen in their ceaseless praise, suggests they serve more than a ceremonial role. Could they be guardians of deeper cosmic secrets or messengers of God's ultimate plans? Their fiery wings and proximity to God's throne suggest immense holiness and power, leaving us to wonder, do they hold mysteries of creation and divine justice that remain hidden from human understanding? Their presence beckons us to ponder the vastness of God's realm and the mysteries that lie within. Number 2, Cherubim, the guardians of the sacred. Cherubim are far from the childlike cherubs often depicted in art. In the Bible, they are described as powerful, fearsome beings with the critical role of guarding the holiest of places. In Genesis, after humanity's fall, cherubim were stationed at the entrance of the Garden of Eden with flaming swords, preventing Adam and Eve from re-entering paradise. Their role as protectors of Eden signifies more than just barring the way. It symbolizes a deeper separation between humanity and the divine, a boundary that cannot be crossed without divine intervention. The cherubim also appear as celestial guardians atop the Ark of the Covenant in Exodus, their wings spread over the mercy seat, guarding the very presence of God. Their role raises intriguing questions. What sacred knowledge do they protect, and why are they depicted in the holiest settings? Are they merely protectors, or do they possess divine wisdom hidden from human understanding? Their hybrid form, often described as having the faces of a lion, ox, eagle, and human, further mystifies their nature. These beings seem to embody aspects of creation, reinforcing their role as guardians of God's glory. Could their placement in such sacred spaces signify their connection to the mysteries of creation and the hidden truths of God's plan? On number 3, we have the ophonym, the wheels of divine mystery. The ophonym, described in Ezekiel's vision, are among the most enigmatic beings in biblical literature. They appear as wheels within wheels, with rims covered in countless eyes, constantly moving in sync with other celestial beings, like the cherubim. This description alone sets them apart as extraordinary creatures, raising many questions about their purpose and symbolism. What do these strange wheels represent? Could they signify God's omniscience, with their many eyes watching over the entire cosmos? Their movement is described as precise and fluid, going wherever the Spirit leads without turning, hinting at their unyielding obedience to divine will. This synchronization with other heavenly creatures suggests a higher order and a unified purpose that transcends human understanding. Are they mere servants of God's will, or could they embody aspects of God's omnipresence and omnipotence, acting as a bridge between the material and divine realms? The Bible offers only a brief description of these wheels, leaving much of their nature and role a mystery. Could their wheels within wheels represent the complexity of the divine order? Do their many eyes hint at a level of perception beyond our grasp? Their appearance raises more questions than answers, making them one of the most fascinating and mysterious beings in the Bible. Number 4, Behemoth, the colossal beast. In the book of Job, Behemoth stands as a symbol of overwhelming strength and majesty. Described as having bones like iron and a tail that sways like a cedar tree, this colossal creature is unmatched in physical power. Its ability to consume vast amounts of vegetation and remain undisturbed by any man or beast places it at the pinnacle of creation's strength. But is Behemoth merely an animal, Or does it symbolize something deeper? Many interpret Behemoth as more than just a physical creature, seeing it as a representation of the raw, untamed power of nature. In this view, Behemoth embodies the forces of the natural world, forces that, while magnificent, remain beyond human control or comprehension. Others argue that Behemoth symbolizes chaos, a reminder of humanity's fragility and limitations in the face of nature's might. The true meaning of Behemoth remains a mystery, much like Job's suffering in the story. Its inclusion in the dialogue between God and Job could signify the vastness of creation and the divine power that controls it. Whether a literal beast or a symbol of untamed power, Behemoth challenges readers to reflect on the greater forces at work in the universe. 5. Leviathan, the serpent of the deep. In the book of Job, Leviathan emerges as a formidable sea monster, a creature of immense power that embodies chaos and disorder. Described with vivid imagery, Leviathan's scales are impenetrable, and its eyes shine like dawn. Its very presence sends tremors through the ocean, illustrating the raw force of nature that stands in stark contrast to the order God establishes in creation. Job 41 serves as a reminder of humanity's limitations in understanding the divine design, as God questions Job, highlighting that if he cannot comprehend the nature of Leviathan, how can he grasp the greater workings of the universe? Leviathan's existence raises profound theological questions about the nature of God's sovereignty. While chaos may seem threatening, Leviathan's portrayal is not merely as a malevolent force, but as a part of God's creation, demonstrating that even the most chaotic elements are ultimately under divine control. This invites believers to trust in God's governance even amid life's tumultuous events. The notion of Leviathan lurking beneath the surface suggests a perpetual tension between order and chaos in our lives. It challenges us to reflect on what may rise in our own existence, a reminder that while chaos can threaten, it also serves as a testament to God's power to subdue even the mightiest of forces. Could Leviathan symbolize our struggles, fears, and uncertainties, waiting to be confronted by faith and trust in God's ultimate authority? Number 6. Melchizedek, the mysterious king-priest. Melchizedek, the mysterious king of Salem and priest of the Most High God, appears in Genesis 14, where he encounters Abram after the latter's victory over a coalition of kings. This meeting is significant. Melchizedek blesses Abram and offers him bread and wine, an act laden with symbolic meaning. The absence of any genealogical record, no father, mother, or ancestry, adds to his enigma, prompting scholars to ponder his true identity and role in biblical narrative. Many theologians see Melchizedek as a foreshadowing of Christ, drawing parallels between his priesthood and the eternal priesthood of Jesus. Just as Melchizedek's priesthood precedes the Levitical system, Christ's priesthood is established in a new covenant, fulfilling and surpassing the old. The New Testament in Hebrews 7 explicitly connects the two, emphasizing that Jesus is a priest in the order of Melchizedek, highlighting the timeless nature of his intercession. This enigmatic figure invites contemplation about the intersection of the sacred and the ordinary. By offering bread and wine, Melchizedek introduces a foreshadowing of the Last Supper, where Jesus redefines these elements in the context of salvation. Ultimately, Melchizedek serves not just as a historical character, but as a profound symbol of God's covenant with humanity, suggesting that the divine can intersect with the human in unexpected and transformative ways. His legacy encourages believers to explore the depths of faith, hinting that within the shadows of Scripture lie revelations of God's ongoing work in the world. Number 7. The 24 Elders, the Heavenly Council. In the book of Revelation, the 24 Elders are a mysterious and captivating part of the heavenly vision surrounding God's throne, Revelation 4.4. Clothed in white and crowned with gold, they sit on thrones, reflecting both purity and authority. Their role is significant as they fall before God in worship, casting their crowns before him, signifying their reverence and submission to his supreme rule. But who exactly are these elders? The identity of the 24 elders remains elusive, with scholars offering varied interpretations. Some suggest they represent the redeemed faithful, symbolizing the 12 tribes of Israel and the 12 apostles, thus uniting the Old and New Covenants in a heavenly assembly. This interpretation emphasizes the fullness of God's redemptive plan, linking the elders to humanity's salvation through Christ. Others propose that the 24 elders may be part of a heavenly council, possibly representing angelic beings or spiritual entities that assist in governing creation. This concept aligns with ancient depictions of divine councils, where God delegates authority to celestial beings to administer aspects of his creation. While their exact identity is shrouded in mystery, the presence of the 24 elders points to a divine order that transcends human understanding. Their perpetual worship before the throne highlights the sovereignty of God, inviting believers to trust in his perfect wisdom and governance. Could these elders reflect the harmony of heaven's structure, where both creation and divine will meet in perfect unity? Their very existence encourages reflection on the intricate balance between heaven's majesty and God's eternal plan. 8. The two beasts, forces of darkness. In the book of Revelation, the two beasts stand as harrowing symbols of evil, emerging from the sea and the earth. Revelation 13. The first beast rises from the sea, bearing 10 horns and 7 heads, with blasphemous names written on it. It is a creature of immense power, wielding authority over nations, seemingly invincible and demanding worship. The second beast emerges from the earth, described as having 2 horns like a lamb, but speaking like a dragon. It performs signs and compels the world to worship the first beast, establishing a system of control through deception and manipulation. These beasts are often interpreted as symbols of oppressive political systems and religious or ideological forces that oppose God. The first beast is frequently linked to corrupt empires or regimes that use force and tyranny to dominate, while the second beast, also called the false prophet, could represent deceptive religious movements or ideologies that lure people away from the truth. Historically, these figures have been associated with powerful empires like Rome, but their identity remains fluid, adapting to different historical and cultural contexts. Some theologians suggest that these beasts still operate today, lurking in the shadows of modern political and religious structures, influencing world events and steering humanity toward rebellion against God. As we approach the end times, their true nature may become more apparent, aligning world powers in opposition to Christ's return. Could these beasts be shaping the course of history even now, subtly working through the systems and ideologies that govern the world? As Revelation hints, their rise and influence are ominous reminders that spiritual forces are at work, and the final confrontation between good and evil may be drawing near. 9. The Angel of Death. Finally, the Angel of Death is a mysterious and fearsome figure that appears at critical moments of divine judgment throughout the Bible. Perhaps most famously, the angel is involved in the final plague of Egypt during the Passover, when it strikes down the firstborn in every Egyptian household, Exodus 12:23. The same figure seems to appear later during King David's census, where the angel carries out judgment, causing a deadly plague that takes thousands of lives, 2 Samuel 24:15-16. Despite these pivotal roles, the Angel of Death is never named or fully described, heightening the mystery surrounding its true identity. Some view this figure as a mere messenger, an agent carrying out God's will, a role that aligns with other biblical angels. In this interpretation, the Angel of Death simply represents the execution of God's righteous judgment and authority over life and death. However, others see this angel as something more terrifying, an embodiment of death itself or a manifestation of God's wrath. This figure could symbolize the power of divine judgment, a force far greater than a mere angelic being. The fear it invokes reminds humanity of the ultimate control God has over mortality. Could the angel of death be more than just a divine messenger? Is it a reminder of the inevitability of death and the fragility of life, showing that even death is under God's command? As the Bible leaves its true nature unnamed and unexplained, it leaves room for awe, fear, and reflection on the divine power that governs all things. The Bible offers glimpses into these mysterious beings, but their full story remains untold. Are they mere symbols, or is there a deeper, hidden truth? Join us next time on Stories of Grace, as we continue to uncover the mysteries of the divine.